and today was the date that was scheduled. This is for a jury trial that we were moving forward without a jury for a.
So that was to enter judgment, dismiss the counter complaint back on May 15th of this year.
There's nothing in this file.
Your Honor, with that, right, you will say something really fast.
Yes.
Okay. They are running scared right now. They asked you last week to drop my lawsuit 3 times, and then they didn't even allow me to even start, even though I'm a plaintiff in this case against them. They wouldn't let me start. I have a lot of, well, not a lot, but I have proof that shows that they have continuously lied about many other things, including the $1,400 they stole. I can prove that their ledger.
Well, that's what we're here for today.
Correct.
I'm not
wanted to say.
I'm not sure. You said this was through on base in response to what?
So plaintiff filed a motion for entry of judgment pursuant to the court rules, no tribal issue of fact. And that
This was let's see here. When did you file it? I don't know what this is. It's not in my file, so we can move on.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to start with my opening statement, Your Honor.
We'll let them have a seat, please.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning.
All right, are you calling witnesses, sir?
No, I'm not. I just
raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Okay, you can give your testimony.
I would like to hand the court.
You don't hand the court a file folder. You present your evidence, and then if you have exhibits, you can request to admit the exhibit to support your testimony. They would need to have had copy of the same exhibit or to review the ones that you have. Okay.
Okay. So this would be theirs, and I use this one. Okay. So starting from beginning. Let's see. I can never get a ledger from them, nor does the court have a copy of any ledger before November 2023. I was never able to get them to give me a copy of the ledger before that date.
So you do have one, but it's not before?
Correct. I have theirs and mine. Okay.
When did you move into this property, sir?
I moved into this property back in May of 2016.
Okay, so you've been living in May 2016. When do you, your allegations is for fraud, correct?
Yes.
And that you're alleging that they took the money that you had in your account that you pay your rent for? What is the name of this account?
It's just their rental account. I put extra money into it that I need to just for a rainy day for the day that I moved, or if they ever were like a late payment or something like that, it would always be there.
So you overpaid the account, is what you're saying? How much was your rent monthly?
My rent, it did actually vary and change, and I have the paperwork from LHC to support that as well too. So my
how much money are you alleging they took out of there fraudulently?
$13.98.90.
$13.98 and how many cents?
90 cents.
Okay, when?
And October 21st of 2024.
And how much was your rent October 2024?
October 2024. My rents at that time were October 1st, 2024 through May 31st, 2025. Now that changed in November too, but just for the month of October, I was paying $147.
Okay, for October, your rent, October 2024, that is, your rent was $147 per month?
For that first of the month of October, but November, it went to $0.
Okay, why was it 147 for?
Because I was working during that month.
Okay, and then in November you were not, and you were up to date at the time?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, and so when October, you pay your rent on the 1st.
Yes.
You paid, so October 1st, you put how much money in the account?
Would have been $147.
Okay, and so your balance on the account was $147 at the time, or did you have?
No. I had. It was. Well, with the $13.98 plus $147 would have came out to about, that'd be $15.50.
So you already had the 13. When did you put the $13.98 in there?
Okay.
When did you put that in there?
Oh, I put that in there long before they even owned it.
I know, I'm asking the actual date. When did
the actual date that I had put in various amounts. So the last time that I had put an amount in was just before March 2023. Last time I
Do
actually.
you have evidence of where you had this money in your account?
Okay.
Oh, counsel, you reviewed this?
Judge, thank you.
Okay. And so this is a ledger, is that what this is?
There are two ledgers. One is theirs, one is mine. Mine's the original, theirs is the alter.
I don't know what is which, because
Okay.
they all, you say altered, but they all have writing on it, which makes them altered.
Okay. Mine has 1398 for October 21st, 2024, right on the very front. Theirs goes into March of 2025.
Okay, I see March
Yep.
2025. I see something that says cap resident. I don't know what that is. And then I
Okay.
don't know what this is. Okay, so you're talking about this document here, sir?
That is my doc. That's my.
Okay. This says specific flats. As of November 6, 2024, it says there was a transfer from your bank. It says your balance was, well, you essentially had $800 in the account, correct?
I had 1398 in there just.
Well, I
before-
said November 6th.
By November 6th,
Okay.
they had taken everything and I had put 800 in there with
Okay.
LHC.
I see October 21st, 2024, rent charge $13.98. Wrong credit from MON account fixed by adding a rent charge. Okay.
Your Honor. Can I add
So,
one?
so let me just continue to understand this document here.
If you look at the months for the rent beyond or before
Prior to that,
before
your
June
rent was $715.
was 715, yet their ledger says I was paying 800. And if you look, it was revised on January 15th, 2025, along with a lot of other.
What was
charges.
revised?
That $800, adding it's an extra $85 to every month's rent, plus utility costs that I'm not required to pay, and I have proof of that, including they never gave any written notice to LHC, which they are required to by contract to do. And I have email here. You have email as well from Candy from LHC stating that the only two things they sent though was rent change in June and in November. So how could I be being charged $800 back in November 2023 when you guys asked to raise the rent in June of 2023?
Okay, so you're saying
2024.
that they charged you for rent that you believe you didn't owe and that they didn't
Correct.
follow the protocol for your Section 8
That's
to
right.
increase the rent.
You got it. Exactly, Your Honor. And because of that, and they're putting me all through this hell, and they've tried 4 different attempts to take that money out of my account. 4th time is them just adding on these fraudulent charges.
And then you said they charged you for utilities. Where were you charged for utilities?
I was-
It's not in your ledger. You're saying in
No,
their ledger?
in their ledger. They're charging me for utilities,
Okay.
late fees.
Water, sewer, trash.
Correct.
And is that a part of your lease?
No, it is not.
Have you ever paid that?
No, I have not. It's required by them to contact LHC if they want to make any changes to that. It's in the contract. They have a copy of the contract.
That's in their lease, you're saying?
No, that's in the contract between LHC and.
Do you have a copy of
I
that?
sure do.
And who's Cammy Sutton?
Candy Sutton is LHC. She
Okay.
is my worker.
Okay, is that what this email is that you
That's
provided?
correct. That's
In
correct.
reviewing my email and your case file, I do not see any documentation showing an updated lease, only a rent increase June 17th, 2024, November 1st, 2024, when another rent increase was sent, documentation updating the owner information and was sent to Mr. on March 2025.
I would object to this. Ms. Sutton is here to authenticate this. I don't, and for the record, Your Honor, this is the very first time I'm being presented with any of these documents. Very hard to form a defense when I don't know what the cause of action which he's levying against my client. It was so broad, Judge, and I couldn't understand either counter complaints in order to, for lack of better words, give us fair warning as to what the issues are. He's asking for a remedy. The 2 remedies he's asking for are quite different. One's for around $8,000. One is for over 10. I know that Michigan is a notice pleading state, Your Honor, but he didn't comply with the court rules to give us an understanding of the case or the issues before us today. And this is literally the first time that I'm seeing his proof or his evidence, if you will, with no witnesses to corroborate.
I'm not really, this email about that it doesn't do anything for his case. He already testified to essentially what's in the email, and his testimony is sufficient for that. But I am concerned about the document you have there. What document is that?
It's the document that you just read off of.
That looks different than what I have.
Yeah, I don't know what you have, Judge. I asked them to give us the same.
Yeah,
It's the same exact
you
email.
forwarded it over
It's
here. I
the
thought
same.
you saw it. I
It's
don't
the
know.
same exact email.
He gave
Word
us
for word.
a copy, Judge.
Okay, so yours has something on the back. Because mine's just a truncated copy of it or something.
That's from computer sending emails. That's all that is. But it's the same exact statement, word for word
Okay.
from Cammie. The other one just had to be sent from my aunt.
Got it.
It was,
Okay.
I sent it to her.
No worries. I thought you were giving her a copy of the contract. That's what I asked.
Oh, the contract. Sure. Actually, first it was the utilities, right? To prove that I
No,
don't
I
pay
asked for
utilities.
asked for
Okay.
the contract.
Okay, then.
It says here that you must pay the utility bill. So what do you mean?
I have here that states that the owners do.
What is that you have
This
there?
is from my Section 8 LAC. That's who this is from.
Show it to the plaintiff's counsel. Owner. It says trash collection and water is paid for by the owner. Okay. Any other evidence you have to that?
Yes, I also have.
Because the basis of your claim is that they took the money out of your account.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, and I have more proof here that shows they did that. I just want, Your Honor, before I do any more paperwork to them, I just like to make sure that I get my paperwork back from them.
I think I have it. Have you provided them copies?
Oh, yeah, I've been giving them copies left and right. Every time I've given you a copy, they've been
Just now.
taking one.
You mean
Not
today?
Just today and before. I mailed them a registered mail of the same exact things.
Did you
Two.
receive anything?
No, Judge.
If I went to the post office, I could get you a receipt of it.
Okay, well, you're presenting in court, you do have to give them a copy, and they said they never received any documents. So,
Okay, then here you go.
I'm confident whatever you're giving them, they don't want to keep it after today. I can promise you that.
Well, I can't say that for sure.
I can promise you that for sure. I don't want to keep it, and they don't want to keep it either. We're going to give you all your paperwork. You know how much paperwork we get? We
I
do not.
understand, but I don't want them
They
retaliating
don't-
against me.
They don't want you. Don't. They can't
don't want
retaliate
to
against you. You
retaliate.
don't live there anymore.
But by doing something deceptive that they've already done, as you'll see, they've already been deceptive.
Even if I believe that there was an error, I can't make a decision that it was because of intention to be deceptive. So
Okay.
it could have been an error. I don't know yet because I don't have all the facts. I don't know. Did it change
That makes
ownership or management or something?
With no,
Well,
Their
since you moved
apartment
here,
complex. It's changed 3 times.
yeah.
Same exact copies as
Yeah,
this.
you address the court, not her. Okay.
Your Honor,
Because I don't want you to
copies are
become
exactly
argumentative.
understandable. I completely understand that.
On November 15, 2024, notice of adjustment. And this is saying your total rent contract would be this amount, but your contribution was $12.
Sorry,
And then-
from the soonest
these
to the latest.
Okay. And then this one says, it also says your utility allowance payment is 0. This one says, what does that mean, utility allowance payment?
They will sometimes give you allowance if the apartment do give them in writing an actual change, or they will give it to you for your electricity.
Okay,
They'll give it
so
for your electricity
got
as
it.
well.
So as of November 15, 2024, Mitch just said 0.
Yes.
Got it.
And then there were a couple months they gave me like $2 or $3 for the electricity. And then it was stopped after only like 2 or 3 months.
However, these are not your contributions though. It's
So-
saying what your contribution is here. It says your contribution, 147 at the time.
Correct.
And so even though that's your total rent amount, we Section 8 is paying
The
majority.
3 on that month, but the other months they are paying majority of it.
the
But I
majority.
had been paying,
It makes it clear. Okay.
I've been paying extra into it throughout the years, just so that way I had a rainy day fund. And October 21st for the 3rd and 4th time, they just took it.
Okay, so if I look at your ledger, there was some violation charge, and they took $405 out.
A bed bug spray, Your Honor, they never even did. That was another part of my lawsuit. Along with $675 that they
It
originally stole.
says violation,
Put in it.
bed bug treatment, refusal.
They
That's
just
what it
never
says.
showed up.
It says refusal on day of appointment.
They just never showed up. I had argued with the redheaded lady about that one.
Who's the redheaded?
It was a woman long before this lady over here at the far end was long before her. She, I think, might have trained underneath the redheaded lady. I'm not 100%
You don't know
sure
the
about
lady's
redheaded
name.
lady.
So this.
I do not know.
So you were home on March 2024,
March 20.
March 21st, 2024, and you're saying they never showed up?
Okay, that was the day that I found out they were stealing the 150 off of my rent. They were adding an extra 150 onto my rent.
I'm asking about the bed bug treatment day.
The bed
Did you
bug
let
that
them
they were
in?
there.
Or no?
I was there. Yes, I was there.
Did you let them in the property?
They never showed up.
Okay. So it looks like they charge you $405 for that.
That's correct.
And then
There is a 6.
looks like I see they did $675.
Yes, that's the one. That was the 900 for a 6-month period at $150 extra a month. They charged me.
Rent was increased to $850 without proper notice to tenant or mister. So they put $675 in your account. $1,270 is your balance. Let's see. Took $225 for, well, no, it looks like they added $225. Late fee removal,
And I
bringing
paid
your
it.
balance up to $1,497.
So $1 I just let take out of my account that I had it. And that's why I frequently did with them until I found out they were stealing from me.
Okay, sir, I need you to refrain from speaking while I go over this,
Yes.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. Then we have a monthly charge of $714. Should be a check from Mr. to cover that. Okay. Then I see June, you were charged $30 for sewer. And that's what you're saying, sir. You were not,
That should
you shouldn't be charged.
Shouldn't be.
Okay.
That's my ledger. I understand, but that shouldn't be on there. And that was something I accidentally
And
bypassed.
so that looks like the first time I see sewer.
But on their ledger, it's a whole nother story. It's every single month, all the way up to June or July, I think, of this year, all the way back to November 2022. They charged me first utility as well.
Okay, so that brought you down to the $1,398. And then on the 21st, long credit from Mon account in Entrada fixed by adding rent charge. Got it. And that's your question. You want to know what that is?
Your Honor, I already know what Entrada is. It's nothing more than a software program for real estate companies. That's what they tried selling me. They could take my $1,400 for was a software program.
Okay, I've heard enough from you. Thank you. You can have a seat. What we're dealing with is he's claiming that his $1,398.90 was taken fraudulently. That's all we're dealing with right now.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to call Sharisa Williams. The property manager, what are your responsibilities?
Collecting rent payments, rectifying ledgers, tenant issues and complaints, review pest control. I run all of it
Okay. And how long have you been employed there?
since January of 2024.
Okay. And do you maintain files on the tenants that you rent to? Okay. Are you familiar with the defendant, Joshua Johnson?
Yes.
Enter into a written lease agreement with the defendant.
His lease agreement expired in 2022. He's been month to month.
Okay. There was an initial lease, correct? Do you remember?
That was in 2016.
Pardon?
That was in 2016.
Just
Subject to what?
I never signed a lease with them. I only signed a lease once, and that was in 2020. 2016, I've been month to month ever since then. I've never signed a lease with them.
Okay, you can continue.
Pardon,
You
Judge?
can continue.
Oh, thank you, Judge. The original lease that he signed was dated when?
May of 2016.
And would this record be kept in the normal course of the regular conducted business for the plaintiff for Pacific Flats?
Yes.
Okay. And is it a regular practice to keep all the tenant? Okay. To keep and maintain these records. Your Honor, I'm going to propose the lease signed in 2016. Did the lease expire?
Yes.
When did it expire?
May 31st of 2017.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, did he sign a new lease?
According to the record that we had, there was another lease after that. Yes.
Okay. At some point, did the lease become month to month?
Yes.
I would offer the very first lease into evidence.
Okay, let me follow up here though. What rules didn't carry over?
The only thing that doesn't carry over is the actual rental amount. So like his rental amount can change because he's not locked into that lease for the month. It can change every 30 days. But with Section 8, we have to give them at least 60 days notice, which we would do.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, you want to
Admit that into evidence as plaintiff's exhibit A.
is the objection to that as your
This
lease?
is the only time they ever.
No, objection as to this document being admitted as an exhibit is my question.
This first one,
Yes.
the first one is yes.
You're
That's no problem.
objecting?
No,
Oh, no
I'm not.
objection.
The first
Okay, that
one.
could be admitted. Are you publishing to the court?
Yes,
Objection.
Judge. Is it fair to say that utility allowances changed?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is it fair to say that the person responsible for who pays for the utilities changes?
Absolutely.
Okay. And at what date did Mr. Johnson become responsible for the gas?
Gas was never responsible for. Gas was always still going to be under ours. The only change was to water, sewer, and trash.
Okay. And when was that change?
That change originally was in, or I did a blanket one for the whole company. The first one was in June of 2024.
So you have proof that he was, where's the one that showed him? Because that's his. Where is the one, what is this called, a RIFTA?
Yes.
Where's the
RIFTA.
RIFTA that notified him that he would now be, or MISHA, that he would be responsible?
No, that was actually as a company that sent all that information to both of the agencies on February 28th of last year, notifying
Oh, 2024?
that we were changing the way that water, sewer, and trash was being billed just so that we could get all of our Section 8 tenants across the board.
And so that would, my question is so if that was sent to MISHA, then MISHA would send an adjustment notification, and now his allowance would indicate that?
They should have, yes.
Okay, thank you. You said that your company sent notification out in 2024.
Correct.
That there was going to now be responsibility on the renter to pay water, trash, and sewage, correct?
Correct.
Why am I looking at your ledger that says there's a monthly water, sewer postage of $40 and it's in 2023?
Because Mr. Johnson went month to month in 2022, so his lease essentially renewed every 30 days. His was not necessarily the same as our tenants who have a 12-month lease with us.
Well, I asked prior to that, where's the RIFTA that notified him that that was going to be added? But his original lease, stated that the landlord would pay that, correct?
Correct.
And then the RIFTA that he provided states that, again, the landlord is going to pay that, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but no evidence that MISHA or he was notified as of a certain date prior to November 2023 that he would now be responsible for that.
Do you know the old letter?
And Judge, can you repeat that question one more time, Judge?
No evidence that MISHA or Mr. Johnson was notified.
Your Honor, just
Not right now. Write your questions and things down so that when it's your turn.
I got it written down.
Okay.
Judge, I believe you requested
Wherever,
notice.
yeah, notice to MISHA and the tenant that he would now be responsible for.
I didn't even see it. Was even being charged $580 a month in 2023. In my ledger shows I was charged $715. So this isn't right. The numbers don't add up, Your Honor.
I don't know what is that you're proposing, ma'am?
The numbers don't add.
Notice of rent increase for 2024 and Mr. Johnson's water, sewage, trash charge. And that was
What's the date on this?
water and sewer and 10 for trash.
What's the date for that?
September 20th, 2023.
And yet they're saying I'm paying
But,
500.
sir,
Oh, Judge, I'm sorry, may I show the defense?
yes.
Oh, sorry. But I've never seen that.
Okay, so you're saying you never received that?
That's correct. I
Okay,
have proof
you can
of that
write,
as well.
write notes so that you can address it when it's your turn.
So if there is no lease in place and it's a month-to-month tenancy, he would be responsible for water, sewage, trash. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And
My question was about November 2023, because that's when he was being assessed.
correct. So they have to give 60 days notice, Judge. And that was in fact in September. And then that increase would take place in November of 2020.
Well, these are two separate, this is from November of 2024, it's a year later. This is Good Life Lansing residentportal.com. This is not a notification here though, ma'am. This is just something that was printed off of a portal, correct?
Correct.
This would not be notification that was sent to someone, because that would come in a letter form, correct?
And then did you notify Mishta?
Yes.
Did you notify Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Okay. And you have the letter notification if you're here today?
No.
Okay. And were you anticipating this as a point of contention today? Okay. Is that why you don't have it?
Correct.
I can pull the actual transcript if necessary, but I'm confident more than one time he's mentioned sewer and water charges in this courtroom that he was not supposed to be responsible for. This is not the first time he's mentioned that in this court. I don't know why, at bare minimum, the money in his account, he's mentioned that prior to today. And he said that being charged fees that he should have been charged for, why that would not have been anticipated for today. And today was the time to prove that what his rent was and what he owed to dispute the basis of why the money was taken out of the account. So I think it's reasonable that he would have brought evidence of whenever his rent was changed. He brought a bunch of different documents from Mishta. They're saying that they notified him of this was the change of your rent. Why would we not have that?
Just because in his pleadings, he's pleading emotional distress and fraud, misappropriation. Nothing says, hey, I contest utilities being charged erroneously or rent being removed. He
said that on the record when we had the motion that I did on the record, and I said, what were the specific issues? He made it clear on this record, we could pull the transcript, that there was money that he had in his account that was taken out. So we knew that was an issue before we came here today, before he opened his mouth today. We knew it was an issue that he was alleging that there was some fees that he had been charged for in his account that he believed he should not have been charged for. So anything on your ledger, I believe, was reasonably notified to you that you should have been able to have your client provide documents. And this is what his rent was. This is how much it was. These are the times that it changed. And this is when we notified Mishta that it was going to be changed. And it may have been a lot of times because he was month to month, but I think that's reasonable. This is he's saying that money he had in his rent account was taken out.
Respectfully, I disagree. I don't recall the utilities being an issue. But we do have proof that notice was sent to all three parties with regards to the increase in the charging of the utilities.
Okay, you can continue.
The balance where it's in parentheses where it shows a credit, where did that come from?
That was from the error of us not charging the correct amount. We were getting the deposits of $713 to $715, but we were only charging $580. So it was building up a credit.
Okay, so at no time did he deposit money into the account. Did any time Mr. Johnson make any repair requests, work orders, or maintenance requests?
Not in relation to the failed inspection. We were never notified of the inspection, and for whatever reason, we never received the mailing from the Lansing Housing Commission regarding it either until the rent was abated and realized that there was an issue.
Okay, but the issues that made you fail the inspection, there were no requests made to address those issues. Is that correct?
Not prior to the inspection.
And whose responsibility is it to make requests if needed?
It is the tenant's responsibility.
Okay, and would you be aware of any requests or maintenance issues that were needed?
Yes. I have a pretty lot of the oversight. I get an email for every work order that's entered on any of my projects.
Okay, so you personally would know if someone was requesting their unit be inspected or
Yes,
repaired or maintenance issues.
absolutely.
Okay, and did Mr. Johnson place any? If he did, it would be in your tenant file, correct? And you would deploy the necessary person to make those repairs?
Correct.
Okay.
What do you know? What was the issue that caused the abatement?
Long story short, we were never notified of the inspection, but once we received the information as to what needed to be fixed on the inspection, then it became an issue of actually entering the unit. My maintenance tech would go to the.
No, I mean, like, what
what
needed
were
to be
the actual
fixed?
issues? Yeah, like there was in his refrigerator, there was 2 missing drawers, but he happened to have a really old refrigerator, so we ended up just getting a completely new refrigerator to replace it. We couldn't find the shelving. There was an issue with some peeling wood on the bathroom door and on the bedroom door. I believe there was. I think his air conditioner was leaking. There was a few issues.
Okay, so things that you wouldn't it wasn't like a water heater or something like
No.
that. Thank you.
How about a split door?
Look, we don't do that. Yeah, I told you already. You don't blurt out. When you were testifying, she was not allowed to speak.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry. I'm trying.
Thank you.
Okay, so if we remove the legal fees that are assessed to the ledger, is the balance $1,584.01 that is due in Illinois?
Yes.
Okay, Judge, I will move to admit that as a plaintiff. I believe that's Exhibit E.
Any objection?
I do object.
What do you object to as a part of that ledger?
As far as that ledger goes, well, from the very beginning of it,
Well, not that you dispute the ledger, but are you saying that this is not the ledger that they kept in the regular course of business?
I wouldn't know if they did or not.
So I'll note your objection, but it'll be over.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Any other questions for this one?
No question.
You have questions for this witness?
Yes, I do. You state that you gave LHC a written request notifying them of more than just my rent increase. Is that correct? That included the utilities well in June of 2025? Is that correct?
I did not say June 2025, no.
Okay, you did say it when you did you said that you gave them notice you said you gave them notice, right? That you increased my rent, or that you increased my rent and that you add the utilities well to it, correct?
Correct.
I'd like to, actually, Your Honor, you have Exhibit A is the email from Cammie that states only the rent was what was discussed in both emails.
No, you're
from
asking
Pacific Life.
her a question?
Yes, correct. So
I'm sorry.
why was there no indication of an increase in utilities as well?
As I stated previously, it was sent out as a blanket information to all of the agencies that we deal with for Section 8. It did not go personally to Cammie.
Okay, Cammie does not have anything in my file, and it explains it.
I can't speak. We can't
Okay.
speak on behalf of Cammie. Cammie's not here.
Okay. We could always call her, of course, absolutely. She'd be more than happy to suspend.
No, we can't call her because she was
Okay.
subpoenaed here today.
Okay,
We wanted her to
so
testify.
I have the proof in that letter that shows that she only asked for rent increase for June and for no.
I'm not sure what letter you're referencing.
It's the email from Cammie Sutton from LHC. The one that's from Cammie Sutton, it's the only email that you should have up there. It's in yellow marking. It should say that she had looked through her files and everything on me for the time I've been there. And the only thing she had was no updated lease.
Okay, you can ask your next question.
Okay. Next question. Are you agreeing that you said the LAC gave me all the paperwork and all the updates that you yourself gave to LHC?
I said it is standard for any updates that we send to our agencies that the agencies send out to their tenants. Yeah.
Okay. I did not get anything because LHC claims that they got my mail back to them. So my mail did get to me, so I don't understand why the issue is that certain LHC paperwork is getting sent back to them. Now, the landlord has a key to my mailbox.
No, this is time to give questions
Okay.
for this
So
witness,
then-
not argument.
So then there was nothing given back to me. That's the point I wanted to make. I have an email I'm sorry. I need to rephrase this. You say that LHC was overpaying you for those years in 2022, all the way up until you said 2023, correct?
No, I did not say that. I said they were not correct in charging rent. They were
You
not.
said it was the opposite, that they were underpaying.
Correct.
They were
No,
underpaying.
they were not underpaying. We were undercharging.
Got it. Okay.
And you said you were charging me $580?
Correct.
I have here, Your Honor, it says that LHC,
Is this for the witness?
it's proof that she was lying. The LHC.
You have to ask her about your proof. I don't just take exhibits.
I have proof here that says LHC pays $573 from 1/1/2022, and it changed to $390 and 6/01/22, $390 for 3 months, $188, $578 to $713 to $424.
What is it that you're looking at, sir?
This is the numbers from LHC that I've given you earlier as well too. Those
So you want the witness
I
to
would
see
like
that?
her.
You can provide that to the
and
witness,
say
please.
that is not the
And
case.
can you tell me, do you know what this is, ma'am?
I do. It is essentially a ledger from the Lansing Housing Commission stating how much the payment was that they were actually sending to us. It does confirm that they were paying $713 starting January 2023, where we were still only charging $580.
Like to exhibit this as proof that I did pay them in February
What is this?
2025. This is the receipt
Of what?
for payment.
Well, ask her how much are you alleging you paid and how and when, and ask her if she ever received that payment.
Did you ever receive a payment from me for $12 in February 2025?
I did not. I received it on January 30th. I just verified that.
January 30th for February.
Yes.
But you knew it was for
Very
February.
likely.
You knew it was for February.
Are we no arguments? Okay.
All right. So there was one, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. The violations that you state, you say that I have had the dog since when?
December 26th of 2014.
Okay, I'll agree. That's right. Do you remember what it was I told you the reason why I got the dog? You remember what it was I told you?
I never had a conversation with you.
Okay. Your Honor, I had a conversation with her.
This is not the time to give your argument.
Gotcha.
You can,
So I gotta
after you
remember
finish
all
questioning.
this. I gotta
Okay.
remember it all too.
Okay, got it. So you want to address what the dog thing?
Yes, correct, because I have PTSD. and
Okay.
My door, you can see in these pictures, is split wide open. I've had squatters and crackheads trying to get into my apartment.
How did your door get split?
No idea. I came home one weekend and somebody was trying to break into my apartment.
Okay, you
They
called
have
the
had
police?
a lot
You called-
of issues.
Did you call the police? Is there a police report?
I believe I did. I'm not
You
100%.
believe you
No.
brought all this evidence? You don't believe it?
No,
You don't
no,
know
no.
if there's a police report?
I don't remember actually calling the police, but I do know that I had this issue. I came home the weekend and it looked like it'd been split. I don't know what they had done. I don't know what had happened. There's no cameras. I can't prove anything. The cops would tell me, you weren't even here. Talk to the landlord.
You can't. We hearsay. We don't know what we don't, and that causes
What?
speculation. We don't know what a cop would say. You are telling me that you came home and it looked like your door had been split and that someone tried to break in and you did not call the police.
No, that is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. So I needed a
Did
dog
you notify-
for protect. I
did you
notified them.
Did you notify your property manager that your door looked like it had been split?
That's correct.
How did you notify them?
I told them in person.
Who did you talk to?
I talked to her.
Okay. You recall that, ma'am?
No.
Okay.
Very likely.
What day was this?
This was in December I want to say
December
right,
2024?
December 2nd, maybe the 3rd. It was right at the very beginning of December. It was right at the very beginning of December. I
This
told
past
her-
December
Yes,
2024?
Yes, because I had the issue with that door and I'm trying to get after them for months to fix this problem. And for months they wouldn't. So I had to get LHC to come and do an early inspection to get them to do their repairs.
When did
And
they come do the inspection?
When the January 24th of 2025.
Okay. Was the door an issue then?
We had not been notified about
Yeah.
the door, but upon the inspection, the door was an issue. Yeah.
Okay, and the door was repaired after January? Okay, and when did you get the dog?
I got the dog in December because
December what?
December before Christmas.
Okay, so, okay. 2024, you got a dog.
Yes, correct.
Okay, keep
So
going.
I don't deny the dog, but I needed the dog because they wouldn't do their part. They would
Well-
not fix anything. And
You needed a dog because they wouldn't
Because
fix the door?
they're crackheads and the stuff. And
What kind of dog did you get?
I had a dog that was,
What's the-
it was just a mix of something.
Mix of what?
It was a Heinz 57. Heinz 57. It was like an American Bulldog, Boston Terrier.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of different mixes. I couldn't tell you exactly what she might have been.
It was not a puppy when you got it?
No, she was not a puppy.
Okay.
No, correct.
And
Not a
did
puppy.
you notify your
Three-
your landlord that you were getting a dog?
That's correct.
How did you notify them?
I told again in person.
Did you
I told
pay
them in
the
person.
fee to have a dog?
I told them I'm getting the dog because of the door. They
Did
will
you-
not fix the door, so I need
I understand
the
it.
dog.
Did you pay the fee to get the dog?
No,
Okay.
no, I did not. Okay, so really, these are more just proof than they are asking her anything. I'm not going to really get anywhere with her. This is just more proof to show that what they said between them, a lot of it are lies, and I can prove
What is this is just
What
proof.
they are.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
that the questions I'm asking are more so me being able to prove what they said is a lie. More
Okay, so you don't
than
have any
me
more
asking
questions. You
her
don't have any
questions.
more questions for her then. Okay,
Correct.
very good. You can be excused.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now you can continue with your
Okay.
evidence.
Okay. All right. So, well, with the dates that they said with LHC was giving them the same amount exactly that they were asking for. And
Well, I have the records of what they. I'm not disputing that LHC paid whatever they paid. Show me proof that you deposited money into the account out of your personal account. Show me your evidence for that.
okay, that's just throughout my ledger. That is what
Nothing on your ledger shows me where you deposited money.
as you look through the months, it will show different amounts and then it adds up.
I see the different amounts, but show me where it came from you because that's not. I don't see anything that came from you.
Okay, the only thing that I can show you is I sent them this right here. This is the only thing
That was
that I have a
in
copy of.
January of this year.
No, well, yes, January 31st, February.
So you told me that you put $1,398 in your account for safekeeping. When did you put show me where you took $1,398 out of your banking
I
account
wouldn't be able to do that.
and 90 cents and put it
I
into
couldn't
this
do that.
account?
I couldn't.
What do you
that,
mean?
Your
Why
Honor.
can't
I
you
wouldn't
do
be able
that?
to do that. All I have is my ledger. That is what I went on proof.
Why can't you? Why don't you have proof that it came out of your account?
Because I have no account. That's why I was putting extra money into the rental account. So that way I have no account. I don't want to leave my money in.
You're saying you don't have a bank account? Is
No,
what
I
you're
don't
saying?
have no bank
So
account.
how did you get the money into the
By
your
giving
account?
it to them. By giving it to them.
So you're saying you had cash
Yes.
and you walked over to them and gave it to them
That's correct. That's
and
correct.
you didn't get a receipt?
They didn't give me a receipt. No, they didn't give me a receipt. Sometimes they did. Sometimes they didn't. This is going back
Where's
way
the
in,
receipt?
in
Well, okay, if they did,
2016.
where's the receipt?
Don't have any. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I have so much paperwork. I don't have any receipts. I just don't. All I have is my ledger to prove what it is I paid, and the difference in their ledger to show that what they did, that's not right.
Sir, I'm looking at the ledger. The balances that are in here are not because you gave them any money. It's because of overpayment. That's why I'm asking you to show me proof.
I can't, Your Honor, because all I have is ledger. That's all I have.
No, you came here and you alleged that they committed fraud and took money. You're going to show me where you had money because you're on Section 8. And so Section 8 is paying the majority of your rent. And at some portions of your time there, your contribution was $0, meaning Section 8 did not believe you had enough money to even make a payment. And you want me to believe that you gave them $1,400, and you better show me where the $1,400 came from, and you better show me where you gave it to them.
Okay, over 10 years, I can't. Over 10 years, I can't. I don't have it.
There's no $1,400 wasn't in an account over 10 years, sir.
No, it wasn't. It was building up to that. But
That's not true. That's not true.
I can't prove anything now, so I can't. All I have is my ledger. That's all I came in with is my ledger because that's what I thought. That
And this
honestly
ledger only
was
goes back to 2024.
because 2023, November 2023, because they would not give anything beyond
The
that.
ledger you gave me,
Yes.
there's nothing from November 2023.
No, there should be, except in
2024.
my ledger, I could not, because I started getting my ledger from them in March of 2023 when I found out they were stealing from me.
This
That's
is from
when I started getting my
2024,
ledger.
sir. This is not from 2023.
My ledger goes back to 2023, and their ledger goes back to
The one you gave me does not go back to
Sorry.
2023.
it
sir.
goes to March 2024. My ledger goes to March 2024. Their ledger goes to November 2023. That's what
correct.
it is.
And in
Sorry,
2023, the ledger that I have does not show that you had a balance that was accruing. It said that you had a security deposit of $515.
But my ledger does show that I did at the time. I had 17.
Where is that?
That's my ledger. What you have.
Your ledger doesn't go back beyond 2024.
Because they won't give me a ledger before that.
Do you have a
won't
ledger
give-
prior to 2023?
Yes,
Have it,
it's
Judge.
one of the exhibits. He was already provided with.
Is that the one that she went off here? This one right here?
No, that was Exhibit E, Judge. The ledger from 2023 we marked as our exhibit number D, or letter D.
The only thing I see going into this account comes from Mishta. There is never any cash or any other deposits being paid in here. And the checks numbers are being attached here, the amount of the check, and then the balance. There's nothing here that reflects that you contributed to the overage that was reflected here.
The only thing I can say, Your Honor, is I'll never do this again. I'll never expect them to hang on to my money. I'll never.
Well, it's not their job to hang on to your
No,
money.
you're right.
However, you have not even proved that there was money that you put in there.
That's all I have is my ledger. That's all I can do. That's all I
Okay.
can show you.
Okay.
No need to really go into
Thank you.
anything because it's all I can
As
do.
to your, are you ready to make argument? Any further argument for you?
I can prove a lot more things they said are lies, but I don't think it's going to much matter.
Okay, just because they said things that were lies, don't mean
Alright,
that you
then-
get paid for it.
I'm
I'm trying to see, you filed a claim, sir, and you alleged that you were suing for $3,020 for money they stole from December 2025 and before to November 2023. You said you were suing for $2,747.70 for all the illegal and misappropriation of funds from January 2024 and beyond to March 4th, 2024. And then you allege $5,000 for intentional infliction of emotional distress and ongoing harassment, which you have failed to prove. Flat out, the $5,000 for intentional infliction of emotional distress. A lot of people like to throw that claim out there. I don't think they understand how much of a burden it is for you to prove intentional infliction of emotional distress. You don't just get to sue for IIED because you're annoyed
What the hell?
or because you're talking over the judge when she's talking, or because you were annoyed, or because you had to deal with something that frustrated you. You really have to show that the other party did something that was so egregious and they did it with the intent to inflict severe emotional distress or to harass you, and that because of that you were inflicted with such harassment, and that's evidenced by medical records, or I had to go get counseling because of what they were doing to me, or I had to do X, Y, and Z to recover from whatever they were doing to me. Nothing that you're sharing with me based on what you're saying is anything that can go to their intent to inflict emotional distress on you. And so that claim is dismissed. Your claim for $2,747.17, all illegal and misappropriation of funds from January 2025 and beyond to March. It's unclear what happened between January 2025 and March, but based on your own testimony and your own questions of this witness, it sounds like you only made one payment between that time, and that was of $12. So I don't see how they misappropriated any funds of yours during that time. I asked multiple questions about the charges for sewer, because I do see in the lease where you weren't supposed to be charged for that, and I do see the RIFTA is what it's called, at least one RIFTA. I don't know how often you receive those that says that you were not supposed to be charged. And then when I look through the documents that you did provide, which were from Michigan, from MISTA, about the adjustment for your housing voucher, it's most of them say that you weren't paying, you're not paying utilities. That's what most of these say. And so I would tend to agree that you should not have been paying the utilities. Maybe MISTA should have been, but it doesn't sound like MISTA was aware that they were paying it, or maybe that was what was included in the rental increase. I'm not sure. It tells me what your portion was, but even if I believe that you were supposed to be paying it, it doesn't sound like they have sought to recoup it. That you never paid it anyways, so I can't give it back to you because you never paid it. And when you moved out, they dismissed their claim, and we're not seeking to move forward because it was just for possession of the property. Lastly, your claim for $3,020 for money that you said they stole. You've not been able to provide any proof to this court that you placed money into the account that was taken out. To the contrary, the court has looked at 4 different ledgers at this point, and these ledgers all show money that was going in and what was coming out. The only money the court sees coming in only ever came from the Michigan Housing Authority. I never see anything that came from a private or from you, a payment that was made from you. And then the witness, I think, aptly explained how it was that there was an adjustment, and that's because they were on your ledger putting your rent lower than what it was supposed to be, and that it should have been $715. When I look at the notice from MISTA was advised that your rent was supposed to be $715. So when they went in and did the adjustment, it took out what the overage was, and that's because MISTA was paying what they were supposed to be paying. The landlord was not charging what they were supposed to be charging. And so for those reasons, I'm unable to grant you any relief that you're seeking. Your claim is dismissed. Any additional matters for today?
Yes, and
We're back.
for the record, Your Honor, every document that he provided to me, I'm giving back to him right now.
Wait a minute, because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give you all of your records back. I think it is good that I think in general, you should keep all of these records. You might have been missing a couple of your MISTA forms, but you want to get a folder and keep those for your records, even in your new place, because you never know what you might deal with.
Yes,
So
and I'm a little bit more educated now on what to do next time with somebody.
And Judge, I'll prepare an order dismissing his claims with prejudice.
thank you. Let me give you all of these forms.
So you're dismissing everything against me. I'm dismissing everything against you, correct?
That is correct. The case is a wash.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your help, Your Honor.
No
Thank
problem.
you for the education.
No problem, sir. I'm glad that you have a new place. You were able to maintain your subsidies,
Yes.
and that's what's important.
correct.
Um,
And that's the most important thing.
Exactly, and you be safe, okay?
Yup. So I'm working. I'm got a place. I no longer need to be there. I'm a happy man.
Very good. I think everyone's happy. Thank you.
Judge, we have one more issue. There is, I believe, $60 sitting in court escrow, which was not released ever.
It's about 72.
Oh, is it? The last time I checked, it was 60, Judge. I don't know exactly what it is.
It's about 80 at this point, I think. $84 in escrow for the months that was for his $12 payments.
Correct.
That's to be released to the landlord.
Okay.
And do you want it all in the same order as the dismissal, Judge?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry. There's one more thing I have. Now, at the end of the video, during my walkthrough with Sharice, I think her name is, she said she was sending my security deposit $515 to my aunt. Am I still getting my security deposit back? Because I have a video of her stating that she is giving it to me.
I'm not sure. So their laws are very specific about how they address security deposits. It needs to be released back to the tenant unless they send you a itemized reason of why they're not.
Nothing, but I have you, Sharice, on video stating that
We all can address that outside. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that in my presence.
I gotcha. Gotcha. You're not going to. Okay.
Did you provide them? Did you provide them with a forwarding address when you moved?
Yes, I sure did.
Okay.
I gave them an address to give.
And did they send you a notification within 30 days of why they were withholding your rent or your?
No, it's not electronic.
No.
Oh, they said
Nothing
they sent
sent electronic.
They said I'm sure would have evidence of that. Hopefully, maybe you can get a copy.
I wouldn't, how can I get it if I don't live there, Your Honor?
I mean, our office
A
is
copy of the
Of-
email?
Of what they're saying.
She said they sent, you sent it to his email?
It's sent electronically, yeah, but you can always just walk into the office and we can print a copy. It's easy.
Can you mail him a copy
I
to his
got it.
forwarding address, please?
I can.
Thank you.
So the video of her saying that I passed the inspection doesn't fly?
I don't know.
On video
I don't know
stating-
I don't know what your evidence is. If you believe that they violated your rights, you have the right to pursue that in small claims.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay.
Deposit was applied to your.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor. Don't.
Please escort them out of my court.
Yes.
Judge, just for the record, defendant slash counter plaintiff counterclaim is dismissed with prejudice. All monies that are held for a district court's escrow is hereby released to the plaintiff. Tax docket.
So they want my escrow is what they're saying in this. They want my escrow.
The escrow, I ordered the escrow to go back to them. That's who, there was,
Oh,
You
they're
were-
getting my escrow.
yeah, when, that was to pay your rent.
All right, Your Honor, thank you.